So the first movie we're going to review is Bunker, 2022 movie. It's not a very strong plot. It's basically these World War I soldiers. They're sitting there watching like the enemy position, the German position, and then all of a sudden they just notice that looks like they've evacuated the bunker, their position. And the lieutenant got all excited. It's like, oh, well, we'll just waltz on over there and go get us some metal, you know. So when they go over, they have a little trouble getting over to the enemy bunker, but they get there and they're like, oh, we took a German bunker. We're heroes. But then they find this sealed door in the bunker. The lieutenant tells them to crack it open, and inside they find a German soldier all trussed up in like a crucifix style. And basically, supernatural evils contained in there. And the Germans are smart enough to get out of there and just leave it for their enemies to deal with. And so this group, made up of led by a British officer, and there's a couple American soldiers there as well. And so they have to, without spoiling it, deal with this evil force that has effects on them and so forth. But it's not a very strong script. However, the aesthetics of it, especially considering like 90% of this film is filmed within a bunker. And it's hard to make a film that aesthetically pleasing when you're filming inside a bunker. I think about that scene in Inglourious Basterds. The problem is you're filming in a fucking basement, you know. And so it's hard to make it look aesthetically pleasing. However, from right at the intro credits, the intro credits have a very classic film appeal because it runs through the whole credits like they used to do. It used to be the law back in the day, where the whole, like when you watch The Wizard of Oz, you watch the entire credits before the film starts. That's how it used to be legally. And so I thought that was a really classy move, and I thought that was, you know, it gave the film a little bit classier air to it, which is good. Plus, when you're filming in a bunker, you know, various limited sets and so forth, the costumes got to be on point. And I got to tell you, the costumes really, they add, the word I came up with is that it added weight to the scene, because like World War I, World War II, like the clothing they had, I mean, it was survival gear. It was like a real thick stuff. And so when you look at it on the screen, it looks heavy. You see the weight of it. And I think that they did a really good job with the costumes on it. It's basically a long Twilight Zone episode. And they're like, yeah, this is too long for to use as a Twilight Zone episode. But it's pretty good. It's terrifying. I mean, war is terrifying enough, right? Then you add like a supernatural horror to it, and it's a whole other nightmare. So Bunker, 2022 movie, 8 of 13 stars. I don't know, the war and / horror mix of genre really tickles my fancy. You got the stars up there, bud? 8 of 13 stars. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, because war is so scary, and then you add like, you know, something else on top of it. I think maybe it's because we were playing the Patriot game, the G.I. Joe-like game. And it's just, you want to have a little bit of an edge over G.I. Joe just to make the player character scared. Anyway.
The madman loves you all, from the big to the small.